welcome to News. I am Frida Leina for presentation. Let's open News today with our headlines, where the divisional officer for Tico, Nukuri Samuel, has banned the consumption and sales of contraband drinks like Wake Up and Bullet. A university in the United States has withdrawn plans to honor former President John Dramani Mahama, citing concerns over Ghana's controversial anti-LGBTQ legislation and its implications for human rights. And in sports, Mohamed Salah has announced on his social media platforms that he will be leaving Liverpool FC at the end of this football season. Details of the stories and more only on News Hour. We will be right back. You're welcome back to News Hour, dear viewers. This is Royal Television, your #1 in Cameroon. The Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, CPDM, marks its 41st anniversary with a grand celebration. Buea, the capital of the Southwest region, was host of the event yesterday. The event took place at the Independence Square, and it brought together top government officials, traditional rulers, and party faithful. Our reporter, Mwambo William, was there. He brought back the following report.
The CPDM 41st anniversary, which took place on the theme "Let us prepare to further consolidate the strength and position of the party behind the national president." It was a vibrant display of the party's enduring presence in the region. The event was organized by the Central Committee of the CPDM in collaboration with the Fako 3 section. In attendance were the governor of the Southwest region, Okalia Bilai, representing the state, the CPDM Central Committee representative, Dr. Se Ekema Monono, traditional rulers, dance groups, civil and political administrators. The dance groups that demonstrated a show of the prowess of the Cameroonian rich tradition was like to say, we endure to consolidate the strength of position of the CPDM party and the state. There were speeches delivered by the presidents of the 3 wings of Fako 3 section of the CPDM in Buea. Barrister Mafani Namanga is the president of the CPDM section in Buea. Professor Wotani Regina is the WCPDM Fako 3 president, and Dive Miende of the YCPDM. They all express unending love for both the CPDM party and President Paul Biya, who is at the helm of the party, calling on the militants and sympathizers not to relent because a hunting dog doesn't have a beautiful face. Motions of support were read, underscoring the party's resolve to move forward, giving the section's gains in the party. The CPDM 41st anniversary celebration in Buea highlights the party's enduring presence in Cameroon's politics. The celebration ended with merrymaking for all and some sideline jubilations.
Mambo William ending that report. Communities across Cameroon have joined the rest of the world to commemorate World Water Day 2026, observed annually on March 22. This year's theme, Water and Gender, where water flows, equality grows, highlights the vital link between water access and gender equality. Nanga Sonia has the details.
Access to clean and safe water remains a major challenge in many parts of the country, particularly in rural communities. Women and children are often the most affected, spending hours each day searching for water, time that could otherwise be used for education or economic activities.
This water management committee serves 9 villages, namely Mangai, Upper Bolifamba, Bokaka, Wokeka, Lisoka Bile, Lisoka Molive, Lisoka Wombaki, Lisoka Bile, Lisoka Molive, Walkway, and Wonjia. This project that we are coming here today, before today, those communities that I just mentioned have been going through hell because the former catchment that we just saw up there was done by one late Wale of blessed memory in 1960, and at that time they were using the asbestos pipes, which are serious to the human body. So after they did that work, Rumpi came and did some rehabilitation. After Rumpi did the rehabilitation, the Boya Council came in again. At that time, Melamoki was the mayor. And then today, the council has still come back again to see how they could improve the livelihoods of the people of those communities I've just mentioned. I made mention of asbestos pipes. Before now, the people in the community used to have a lot of stomach disorders because of those pipes. But today, we thank God that we can now have pressure pipes that supply us water.
In line with this year's theme, an outdoor awareness activity was held on Tuesday at the Bitingi water catchment, also known as Koke. The event brought together community members, environmental activists, local authorities, and NGOs to emphasize the importance of protecting water sources and ensuring equal access for all.
We all know that water is life. You can go longer without food than you can without water. So World Water Day is a very significant day that is commemorated yearly to throw awareness and on the importance of conserving our water sources for ourselves and even our future generation. Our water sources, Boya is a town that we are supposed to be having excess water. But we find that there are some communities, there are some settlements, there are some places that lack access to constant water. So this day is very important because I am privileged to be a part of this activity today because it helps to shed light, to throw awareness on the importance of this water and on the importance of conserving this water for ourselves and for future generations, protecting and catchments and these water sources.
Participants engaged in cleanup exercises, educational talks, and discussions on sustainable water management. Organizers say protecting water catchments like Bitingi is key to improving water availability and reducing the burden on women and girls.
A man actually, when we talk of water and gender, a man can literally go a whole day or even 2 days, even a week without actually using water or bathing. But for a woman, let's say you're menstruating during that moment, you cannot go a whole day without taking your bath or using water. So it's actually disadvantageous for a woman because you're actually really prone to diseases and other things that are not actually good for you.
Water flows, equality grows, and the aim here is to ensure inclusion in protecting and securing our water sources. When we talk about inclusion, we are saying that it is the responsibility for every Cameroonian, male, female, children, young and old, to protect the water sources for the better environment and for the benefit of the community members.
But warn that climate change and population growth continue to put pressure on water resources, making conversations efforts more urgent than ever. As the world marks World Water Day, the message is clear. Ensuring equitable access to water is not just an environmental issue, but a pathway to achieving gender equality and sustainable development.
The divisional officer of Tiko Subdivision, Nokori Samuel, has taken a significant step to address drug abuse in the area by banning the sales and consumption of contraband drinks like Wake Up and Bullet. This decision follows a peaceful protest by women in Tiko Subdivision, highlighting the growing concern about drug abuse in the municipality. The ban is timely considering the health risks associated with these substances. Consuming psychoactive drugs without medical supervision can lead to drug use disorder, an increase in mortality rates. Untreated drug use disorder also have significant social and economic consequences, including lost productivity, increased healthcare costs, and strain on the justice system. Tiko Subdivision has been working to improve its healthcare services with initiatives like Tiko Connecting Girls to Healthcare Services, including contraception, HIV treatment, and mental health support. However, the prevalence of drug abuse threatens these efforts. The ban on contraband drinks is part of broader efforts to promote public health and safety in Tiko Subdivision. The municipality has also benefited from development projects, including a German-funded water project implemented by FECOM aimed at improving access to clean water and sanitation.
On to other news, the life of the first female lawyer in Cameroon and Central Africa, late Mariana Ngunjo Shalo-Weleji, has been highlighted and published in a book titled A Transcendent Woman, A Transcendent Life. The book that was launched in Limbe over the weekend focused on addressing the challenges faced by vulnerable women and girls while providing possible ways to solve them. Natalie Njuma tells us more in the following report.
The masterpiece of intellectual work, titled A Transcendent Woman, A Transcendent Life, is in honor of the legacy of late Mariana Ngunjo Shalo-Weleji, the first female lawyer in Cameroon and Central Africa. The book, put together by Professor Nchombe Theresa, a junior sister to the late Mariana Weleji, expatiates on the opportunity to immortalize a woman of substance, dignity, resilience, and above all, philanthropist.
The original thoughts was because my sister was a philanthropist, and if you listen to the talks that were there, you find out that she had interest for the education of women and girls and to support vulnerable persons. And so the money, the proceeds from the book will go towards helping these people.
The book launch took place recently in the seaside resort town of Limbe under the auspices of the Minister of Secondary Education, Professor Nalova Leonga, who commended the author for seeing it necessary to immortalize the ever-first woman in Cameroon to practice law. The book provides a first-hand account of the challenges faced by a humble girl whose parents moved from French Cameroon to British Southern Cameroon at a tender age, and how she succeeded in being a legal icon and impacting thousands beyond her family circle. The biography of late Mariana Weleji serves as a rallying call to all women, and such efforts should be emulated by other families, turning their griefs into joy for future generations. The launching ceremony also witnessed the presence of high-profile officials and the likes of Senator Regina Mundi, former Botonier Akere Muna, Professor Vic Tongo, as well as Dr. Paul Efombe Bolengale.
I think that Teresa, her sister, is my friend, and I became my own big sister. So, and I just followed up everything that she did, and her work with the community in the church. You see, she was like a beacon that pointed people to different directions. She pointed people to Christ, very important aspect of her life, and then she pointed people to be successful. She did not want any lazy boy around her, and she made her own children to work. She made her relatives to work. You earn your recognition or anything that you earn in life. You have to work for it. And that is why I've seen that she worked for everything that came her way. She was not a lazy woman, a hardworking and a very calm woman, very respectful. So I myself, I had a lot to learn from her.
She was a hardworking person, very devoted, and a shaker and a mover and a bar. So really, I think that you can't write the history of the bar without talking about it.
The book is not only an autobiography, but the story of a woman whose life demonstrated trust and faith, resilience, courage, as well as bravery. Late Marianne Nangonjo Weleji was a legal luminary, a one who wrote her name on the sands of time and contributed to the success of thousands beyond family circle. It is worth noting that the proceeds from the book will be used to educate vulnerable women and girls whom late Maria Nangonjo Weleji advocated for throughout her life.
And onto this feature story where in Cameroon's southwest region, plastic waste continues to overwhelm communities in Tiko and Mutengene. But one young innovator is turning the problem into a solution. Our reporter Nguni Sonita visited a boat Simon on the transformation process of bricks from plastic waste. Take a listen.
This thing is very risky.
1-year-old engineer Ebot Simon is transforming discarded plastics into durable bricks using simple tools to melt plastic waste, mixes it with sand and molds strong, weather-resistant blocks. Facing unemployment after graduation, Ebot turned to innovation to survive while tackling environmental pollution in his community.
It is my passion for environments, and as there were no jobs, so we needed to start creating things on our own. So we cannot just be depending on the government for a job after school, but we too can start creating jobs on our own. And the rate of misuse of waste, so we need to come up with innovations to help manage waste in our societies.
Despite financial challenges and limited support, we already trained over 50 youth and secured small contracts, showing that waste can be turned into opportunities.
The first biggest challenge since I started this work is finance, firstly. Secondly is the community cooperation, like with schools, local government organizations and communities. And the thirdly are the machineries, because if there are equipment, we can be producing them in very large quantities. So that's just some of the challenges. Something like that in Mutengene, not here in my working place in Tiko, because like I used to create a campaign where youth in Mutengene come and join me. We do keep Mutengene clean. So that's there we start sorting out plastics, and when we come to a compound, before carrying the plastics, we have to tell them that we are using these plastics for this, and these are the effects of this when it's littered everywhere. So the people around know they have to keep these plastics for us. Anytime we will need them, we'll come and carry them.
Both now hopes for funding and partnership to expand his projects, create jobs, and contribute to a cleaner Cameroon. His journey is a reminder that the fight against unemployment and environmental degradation requires courage, creativity, and vision.
Guni Sonita ending that report. You're listening to News Hour on Royal Television, where we beam live from Boya. We now take you out of Cameroon, where a university in the United States has withdrawn plans to honor former President John Dramani Mahama, citing concerns over Ghana's controversial anti-LGBTQ legislations and its implications for human rights. And the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo has announced plans to carry out its first national census in over 40 years, aiming to gather accurate population data to support development planning, resource allocation, and governance. Details again with Nanga Sonia.
Ghana's embassy in the United States has criticized Lincoln University's last-minute decision to cancel plans to confer an honorary doctorate on former President John Dramani Mahama. In a statement, the embassy say it was surprised and disappointed that the university withdrew the honor just hours before a scheduled visit on 26 March, while Mr. Mahama was already in the US. The reversal is reported to have followed objections from a group within the university over Mr. Mahama's perceived stance on Ghana's proposed Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, often referred to as the anti-gay bill. Ghanaian officials say the issue had not been raised during earlier engagements between the two sides. Preparations for the visit had been completed, including a final review of arrangements only days before the planned ceremony. The embassy noted that the invitation had been accepted in good faith, highlighting Lincoln's University's long-standing historical links with Ghana, including its association with the country's first president, Kwame Nkrumah. While recognizing the university's rights to respond to internal concerns, the embassy argues that the controversy concerns an ongoing legislative process in Ghana rather than the position of any individual. It also defended Mr. Mahama's record, describing his leadership as rooted in democratic values and dialogue on sensitive social issues. The embassy has said it remains committed to maintaining constructive relations and expressed hope that the long-standing ties between Ghana and Lincoln University will help resolve the situation. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is preparing to conduct a second general census more than 40 years after the last one in 1984. On Monday, 23rd March, authorities in Kinshasa conveyed the major donors for a roundtable aimed at mobilizing financial support for the upcoming population and housing census. The objective is to secure firm commitments from all partners to raise the resources required for the operation, now deemed a national priority by the presidency. According to officials, nearly $210 million in pledges have been made, exceeding the estimated budget of $192 million. Part of the funds will also support the electoral process and strengthen the National Statistics Institute, in addition to financing the census. The first phase of the operation, mapping, could begin as early as July 2026. The stakes are high. The last official census data dates back to 1984, when the country's population was around 30 million, compared with more than 110 million today, according to estimates. Participants at the roundtable underscored the need to complete the census in order to better align public policies with conditions on the ground.
Let's now talk sports on News Hour, where Mohamed Salah has announced on his social media platforms that he will be leaving Liverpool FC at the end of this football season. The Egypt King has played for Liverpool for 9 years. Our reporter Nguni Sonita tells us more.
The Egyptian forward made the announcement on his official social media platforms, bringing an end to a remarkable era at Anfield. Mohamed Salah, who joined Liverpool in 2017, has been instrumental in the club's success, helping them secure major trophies, including the UEFA Champions League and the English Premier League title.
Hello everyone. Unfortunately, the day has come. This is the first part of my farewell. I will be leaving Liverpool at the end of this season. I wanted to start by saying that I never imagined how deeply this club, this city, these people would become part of my life. Liverpool is not just a football club. It's a passion, it's a history, it's a spirit I can't explain in a word to anyone not part of this club. We celebrated victory. We won the most important trophies, and we fought together through the hardest time in our life. I want to thank everyone who was part of this club throughout my time here, especially the teammates, past and present, and to the fans. I don't have enough words. The support you showed me through the best time of my career, and you stood by me in the toughest time, is something I will never forget. and something I will take it with me always. Leaving is never easy. You gave me the best time of my life. I will be always one of you. This club will always be my home, to me and to my family. Thank you for everything. Because of all of you, I will never walk alone.
While the 31-year-old did not reveal his next destination, his departure is expected to make a significant transition for the club. Mohamed Salah leaves Liverpool as one of the club's modern-day legends, with fans now waiting to see where his next chapter will unfold.
Still in sports, tensions have escalated in the African women's football after Morocco's football authorities formally petitioned CAF to suspend the match referee following a dramatic and controversial WAFCON final defeat to Nigeria. Details with Kusona Claudia.
Royal Moroccan Football Federation has submitted an official complaint to the Confederation of African Football, calling for disciplinary actions against Namibian referee Ansino Tanyanyukwa after Morocco's 2-3 loss to Nigeria in the Women's Africa Cup of Nations final. In its petition, the Moroccan Federation presented a detailed video dossier highlighting what is described as a major refereeing injustices that influenced the outcome of the match. Central to the complaint was the controversial reversal of an 82nd minute penalty initially awarded to Morocco for a suspected handball before being overturned following a prolonged VAR review.
Time played short to Redouani. She'll float it in. Dangerous looking ball. Bobbing around in that penalty area, and it's a penalty for Morocco. This will obviously be checked. You can see the protests from the Super Falcons, but for the moment, the spot kick.
The video assistant referee process was overseen by Rwandan official Salima Mukansanga, whose intervention ultimately led to the cancellation of what could have been a decisive moment for the host nation. The Moroccan Federation also criticized the penalty awarded to Nigeria, labeling it soft and disputable. Matters intensified off the pitch as the Moroccan president, Fouzi Legja, reportedly confronted referee Tanyanyukwa during the post-match medal ceremony, with allegations emerging that the exchange included threats, further deepening the controversy surrounding the final. In a significant development, CAF has since dismissed its director of refereeing, Desiree Numanzie Doué, a move widely interpreted as linked to the fallout from the match, although no official explanations have been fully detailed. Despite mounting pressure from the Moroccan authorities and growing scrutiny across the football community, CAF has yet to announce any direct disciplinary actions against Tanyanyukwa. With global attention now fixed on the situation, stakeholders are urging caution and fairness, emphasizing the need to protect match officials while ensuring accountability within the game.
Loaded up. Running onto it, they've got a third! Nigeria are about to pull off.
We end news are here today, dear viewers. Before we leave you, let's revisit our top stories, where we told you that the divisional officer for TICO, Nukuri Samuel, has banned the consumption and sales of contraband drinks like Wake Up and Bullet. Out of Cameroon, a university in the United States has withdrawn plans to honor former President John Dramani Mahama, citing concerns over Ghana's controversial anti-LGBTQ legislation. And in sports, Mohamed Salah has announced on his social media platform that he will be leaving Liverpool FC at the end of this football season. News Art Today was a production of Nguni Sonita, technical assistance from David Titango, general supervision from Malaji Buba Sali, and presented by me, Frida Leina. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow, same time for another News Hour.